Hello again. I want to talk about mediation or settlement facilitation and why it is a great tool for you to use in successfully resolving your particular case, your issue, before it becomes a case. Hi, my name is attorney Anthony Spratley. I'm the owner and founder of Genus Law Group in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where we practice law throughout the state of New Mexico only, and we do it with integrity. So maybe you've been ordered to mediation or settlement facilitation. Maybe you haven't been ordered to settlement facilitation or mediation, and you're in the pre-litigation stage and the other party says, hey, let's try to resolve this before we incur the cost of litigation for our clients. And that's perfectly fine. I personally like to engage in mediation or settlement facilitation after there's been a period of discovery. What discovery is that you exchange, you can request like interrogatories or questions or requests for production of documents or admissions from the other party. And the other party usually will get that from you as well. And so once you get all that information, I'm ready to conduct mediation or settlement facilitation so that you know the other party, where they're coming from, they have your information as well. And then you can start negotiating from a position of strength rather than from weakness. And so once you're ready to mediate or do settlement facilitation, usually it involves, you, the client, and the other party, along with their attorney, and obviously if you had an attorney, your attorney as well. And then there would be a mediator. You can either be in the same room together, or commonly in New Mexico, we have what's called settlement facilitation, where you're in a room with your attorney, or you could be by yourself if you're representing yourself pro se. I recommend against that. And then the other party will be in a different room, a separate room with their attorney. And then there will be another attorney or ex-judge or someone that's trusted by the court, trusted by the parties, that's unbiased, that can go back and forth between each room to try to negotiate settlement. It can also be done by a video teleconference like Google Meets or Zoom, where the settlement facilitator can go back and forth between like the different rooms, and everyone's not together like banging their fists on desks and conference table to try to get their point across to reach settlement. I like settlement facilitation because it allows the parties to exchange offers and then talk freely as well with the settlement facilitator, so that there can be some disclosure and some transparency with that person so they know where you're coming from. And then if you allow them to disclose that information to the other party, then they can do that as well to get your point of view. Not that they become your advocate, they just relay that information to the other party. Now that process, settlement facilitation or mediation is confidential. And so anything that's discussed during settlement facilitation or mediation cannot be brought up in court at all, right? It's banned by the rules, and it can't be used. And so, which is a good thing, and that's why a lot of these cases settle, because there is confidence that they can speak freely during their mediation or settlement facilitation to resolve these issues, to flesh out the details of settlement, and usually that happens. And so if you reach settlement in your case, usually the mediator or settlement facilitator will reduce that to writing, and then all parties will sign, and everyone signs, and then you're done, right, with mediation, and you have a settlement, and hopefully you're on the path to closing your case, right? If you don't reach settlement and it's court ordered that you go to settlement facilitation or mediation, and you don't reach settlement, usually the mediator or settlement facilitator will let the court know that the parties participated, hopefully in good faith, but no agreement was reached. And so usually that's a cue to the court to put this on the trial docket to set this proceeding, this litigation, for a trial, right? Again, you would probably be surprised to know that most cases settle at mediation or settlement facilitation. It's rare that cases go to trial, because usually by the time you get to settlement facilitation or mediation, the parties have disclosed everything, there's transparency, and they're ready to settle. And if that's the case and people are in a good place where they're ready to settle in good faith, and usually near the end of litigation they reach settlement. But if you can't reach an agreement, and I told clients, hey, at settlement facilitation or mediation, once you sign your name, that agreement is the agreement, right? Can't go back on it under most circumstances, but it's a binding agreement. But if you don't sign your name on the dotted line, that's fine too, because ultimately you have to decide that you're okay with the terms of that agreement. So you may not be 100% happy with it, and most clients often have buyer's remorse even after settlement facilitation, and I think that's normal because you have to give up something that you wanted in exchange for something else, and the other party usually has to do the same. And so in my opinion, both parties win when you can reach an agreement outside of court, because that way during that process you can actually you have some control over the outcome. If you leave it to the judge, you're leaving it in the judge's hands. Okay, so mediation, settlement facilitation is a good thing. If you've been ordered to participate, do so in good faith and try to reach an agreement if you can, understanding that the cost of litigation can be great. And if you can resolve things at the lowest level, like at settlement facilitation or mediation, you'll be better for it. Okay, so if you know anyone that would benefit from this video, please share it with them. Also, if you're in a place that you can subscribe or like this video or both, please do so as well. If you want more content like this, please go to our website at www.genuslawgrp.com. Until next time, take care.